I don't think I found the flute. I think the flute found me. Chitti mandaram tulasi pichagamalgal chatti. I'm Malayali Ana, but I never lived in Kerala.
Someone who's been in the jazz scene for a very, very long time. With a veteran Anna, he's brought in his own style into the music of jazz and helped bring up the jazz culture in India. Let me welcome to the show none other than Rajeev Raja.
Very happy to be here. Delighted actually to be here and speaking on Radio Mango with you. We're going to have some fun.
So, obviously, you're a master of sound, and which is why I wanted to ask, what are your earliest memories of sound? Like the tunes you grew up with?
You know, my mother was a Bharatanatyam dancer, and so home was always full of music. But the early music I remember vividly was a very beautiful Malayalam song. Chitti mandaram tulasi pichagamalgal chatti Guruvayurappa ninne kani kanenam.
So, the flute, now that is one of the most prominent instruments in India, right? When you take the Indian music scene. But you've actually taken the flute into a completely different dimension, into jazz music. So, how did you really zero in? How did you meet the flute?
I don't think I found the flute. I think the flute found me. It was just by accident. I was a cricketer actually in my college days. I had to stop playing cricket because I had some back problems. And then a friend came to me and I was playing a little bit of mouth organ and he said, man, try the flute. You know, it's a better instrument for wider expression. And I started off with a Carnatic flute. I actually learned Carnatic flute for 2 or 3 years. But then I started playing jazz and blues. And for that, you know, this Western flute that you see in my hand, that's a bit more suited for the Western idiom of music. So this really was the Western flute used in philharmonic orchestras, but I adapted it actually using our Indian sounds. So you can, you know, play. Things like that, right? But you can also do a Western kind of. So it suits my needs because my music is a lot of fusion and world music influences.
Nice. In that case, what is the first ever tune, I don't know if you remember, that you played on a flute?
Oh, good question. Yeah, I think it was the jazz standard Summertime. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. So very, very famous jazz standard.
You made a success story out of your advertising career and you've worked with a lot of amazing brands. You've come up with some really iconic concepts and a lot of jingles as well. So, how did that, your time and experience in the advertisement industry and jingles, help shape your style of music?
Well, I would say in terms of musical tastes, my college days really, I think, were formative in terms of being exposed to the whole world of Indian classical, meeting jazz, meeting Latin, meeting blues, all of that. But I applied that as a creative director in advertising, and therefore all the TV films that I thought of had a very strong component of music. I remember when I came to Mudra as a senior copywriter way back in the late 80s, the first film I created was for Quality Ice Cream, and the theme was Go Bonkers. So I wrote some lyrics like a jingle, and I go into the studio, and who do I meet there? Leslie Lewis, who was an upcoming musician and music director. So he created something really, really memorable. Go bonkers, go bonkers. Oh yeah, right. So music was always integrated in my creativity, even in advertising, and I think that really went a long way in bringing me to where I am today.
So, here is a very interesting word, Mogo, musical logo. And you're someone who's extensively researched and worked on it. Some of the most iconic musical logos that we know have come from you as well. So, how did you come up with that concept of, identifying a sound to a particular brand, and how did it really work for you?
Yes, so I think the whole concept started 14 years ago when I started BrandMusiq. The idea was to bring the worlds of brands and music together, but not just like creating a jingle, but creating some music or sound that truly reflected the personality and essence of a brand. So the Mogo or the musical logo is really the essence of that overall sonic identity system. And over the years, we've created Mogos for very, very iconic brands, including the erstwhile Vistara Airlines. Whenever you flew Vistara, you would hear our sound in the
Can we
skies.
listen to that maybe? Vistara? Can you do it?
Yes, we can play it on. We can play it on. Yeah.
Nice. Also, could you also explain how you came up with the musical logo of One Kochi?
Creating the sound of One Kochi was really, really special. And going back to the brand values that we were trying to create the sound for, they represented the values of being a very exploratory brand, a very magical brand, wanting to create magical experiences, but at the same time, just imagine the tranquility of the backwaters of Kerala, of Kochi. That whole cultural element also had to come in. So it's along with a sense of nostalgia, inspiration, wonder, all of this. So we really had to create a very lyrical piece, which literally was if you were on a boat in the backwaters, but just imagine a backwater in a museum, right? And you're floating in this boat and you're just experiencing works of art as you float along. I think that was the inspiration for creating the sound of One Kochi.
So obviously, Kochi is really excited to have you come here and perform. There are a lot of people waiting for Rajeev Raja Combine. But is this by any chance your first time performing in Kochi?
Well, as a Rajeev Raja Combine, yes. But I've performed, I think, in the Kochi town hall about 20 or, no, 30 years ago. 30, closer to 40 maybe, when I was in my teens. Yeah. So, yeah, it's wonderful to come back and perform in Kochi.
So the one thing about concerts is how excited is the artist? Karanam, that really translates into the performance. So we are really excited to have you come here and perform. How about you? How excited are you, and what can we expect on KoChillOut from you and the band?
All, I think the name says it all. It's in Kochi and it's going to be the chill outs of chill outs, right? So we're really looking forward to that. I'm coming down with a 6-piece band, and the band will have different musicians of different genres all coming together. There will be Phoenix Ramdas on violin. He plays wonderful Carnatic violin in the style of L. Subramaniam. There will be Hitesh Dutia on guitar, who comes from a jazz rock and rock kind of background. There will be JD or John Jaydeep Tirumalai on bass. And there's Adrian D'Souza on drums. And he's a fantastic jazz drummer. He's one of India's finest jazz drummers. And there will be Umesh Varbuban on tabla and on percussion. So he plays both the Indian tabla as well as world percussion like the congas, the cajon, etc. And I will be playing the flute, which again, as I said, will be shifting between genres, and it will be all our original compositions. But we're going to start off with a surprise, with a very special rendition of the One Kochi sonic identity. So keep your ears open for that.
Oh, okay. I'm excited for that. Also, for this performance, will it be completely instrumental, or are there vocals as well?
Well, it will be mostly instrumental, but we're going to really surprise you with something at the end where we're going to be singing.
Now, every concert, every show is an experience for the artist. So, what is the one thing that you're really looking forward to with this performance at KoChillOut in Kochi?
I think to really experience one Kochi. I've heard so much about it. Right now, we've only seen it in videos and in pictures. It's looking amazing. And we're really looking to be inspired by all the great pieces of art by the other musicians. And I think just immerse ourselves in the whole experience, the performing for a wonderful audience in Kerala. And as I said, it is a homecoming of sorts. So I think that's really the emotion of coming back home in a sense.
Okay, so now we're going to play a little game. Okay, picture me as your client, and you're someone who's worked with a lot of logos and sonic logos, musical logos. But today, as a client, I need sounds from our day-to-day circumstances, sandarbhangal, all of that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a situation, and then you play something out of the blues, pun intended.
That's quite a challenge. Let's see.
Waking up to the smell of good coffee brewing. Wonderful. I think that's a good impression on the client. So let me give you the second situation. You get caught in the rain, but you see a rainbow.
It's more in the, optimism, a little bit of joy. So then I would go more into... things like that.
Awesome.
Okay, the next one's going to be really interesting. Now, you randomly bump into your old college crush at a supermarket. What's the sound going to be?
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so what do I feel?
Yeah.
Oh, since I didn't have a college crush, it's very difficult to talk about me. But
come on.
I'll talk about I'll talk about a general situation of anybody who sees his college crush, right? And
It can be the other way also, okay? Of a girl meeting her.
exactly. So there's this really lovely rag called Rag Bihag. So it goes something like. So this is, has a sense of shringara, of romance, but there's also a little bit of, what could have been kind of feeling, right? A little bit of tinged with nostalgia and longing, maybe. Yeah, so that's...
Wow, that's amazing. The sound is so good that you might have, get back with each other. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Now, the next one's a bit challenging, bit tricky. Like you're done with work and you're all wrapped up, you're going to head home, but your team lead just walks in and says, hey, we have one more assignment to do. What's the sound going to be like?
So, there is the rasa of raudra, which is anger, frustration, right? Well, it could be that. So then you would really go into this kind of...
All right, so we're going to end with a bit of drama. Suppose you walk into your house and then you find a bouquet of flowers waiting for you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's surprise, absolutely. So it would be something like a little...
Whew. So that was a lot of lovely tunes and beautiful conversations. I loved it. I hope you loved it. Now I'm really looking forward to see you perform, not in the studio, but on stage as Rajeev Raja Combine. See you there. Thank you so much for being on the show.
And I'm delighted to be performing at the KoChillOut event at One Kochi on the 17th and 18th of October 2025.